Good morning, my friends. It's core day. So we come down onto the back body. Again, we want either a rolled up towel or a pillow or a bolster right underneath the shoulders. Why? Because it gives us a slight inversion. It expands our chest to counter the forward rounding, and it deepens the little core practice that we start building muscles up into the sternum. So we're going to gauge this because some days I can roll my whole towel up. It's a beach towel, so it's kind of thick. Some days, that's the beauty of the towel. You just kind of unroll it a little bit and lower yourself down. So let's settle here. The knees are bent, the feet hip distance apart. The chest supported by whatever you're using under the shoulders. And take this moment to just grab one of those blocks or a pillow, just to support under the head. So again, it's a big opening through the chest. It's your opportunity every time you come to this pose to soften the upper body, to expand it so that you can breathe in. And let's just take 5 breaths. In and out the nose. With each breath, flowing into the body, maybe here, you find any tension, any clenching, and you let it go. I hope you can hear me. And then once you feel the support of your mat, the support of your practice, actually the support of your breath, let's take the block or whatever you're using from underneath the head. Let the head rest down. And again, a pause here. It's a deeper opening through the throat, through the ribs, shoulder to shoulder. So take a couple breaths. And then bring the heels of your hands right at that wrist crease to your hip crease. Fingertips pointing up towards your knees. We're just going to do just a slight body scan here, sending the palms up towards the knees, the fingers towards the knees as you lift the shoulders and the head off of the mat. And then gently slide everything back down. Hands come to the hips. Head comes down. So we're going to do these a couple times. This is your chance to make any adjustments on whatever you're using underneath, because we don't want to constrict the breath here. So just, you want the incline, but you want to be able to breathe with it. So again, hands, fingertips towards the knees. Roll it up. Shoulder blades and head and fingers reach. And then slowly roll down. And we're going to take about 5 of these. I am going to honor myself and unroll my towel just a bit. All right, one more. See if you can get those fingertips up to the knees. Curl in the chin. Lift the shoulders and the shoulder blades. And then slowly comes out back down. Interlace the hands behind the curvature of the skull and let the elbows go wide. And again, another opportunity to check in with your breath, to check in with this volume of space that we're creating. And then you create your own. You need to lift, roll that towel higher. If you need to let it go, just put the towel to the side. It's your practice. One more breath here to just settle the body. And this is the same sequence we've done for years. And the reason is because I want your gaze to be at the ceiling. I don't want your head to crank to the side into the neck here, looking at a device. So we're just going to keep it simple, and we're just going to feel what we feel. Gaze always to the ceiling, lift the elbows to the ceiling. It's a 4-part count. So on your inhale, as you draw in the belly, lift up a quarter of the way. Then round in as much as you can without pulling on the head. Bring it back. Inhale a quarter of the way. And then lower and open your elbows. So that's going to be our sequence, 4-part with breath, as slow as you can go. On your inhale, again, tuck in the pelvis, lift the elbows, come up halfway. On your exhale, elbows towards the knees without any pressure into the head or neck. It's just a cant. Come back halfway and lower. Take form on your own breath. Inhale to that quarter. Exhale all the air out as you curl in. Big breath in as you come back to that halfway. And exhale as you lower. 2 more here. Finishing up. Allow the elbows to go wide. Maybe the knees just knock in on each other. Find some space into that low back area and just relax. Now, if you want to stay with that movement, that 4-count movement, that's where you stay. I'm going to lead a crossover. So, excuse me, I'm changing my position. Okay. I'm going to lead a crossover elbow to the opposite knee. But again, same movement. It's just bringing in the side body. So you do you. On the inhale, tuck the pelvis, draw in the belly. Elbows up, and we come up halfway. Curl it in, let all that air out. Bring that left knee to the right elbow. Come back halfway and lower. So we come up, we cross over elbow to knee, and we come back and we lower. And we breathe and cross and breathe and down. Okay, several more times. Now down into the middle ribs. One more each side. We turn slowly. Let the elbows go right and left. Taking a nice full deep breath. Roll to one side. Take that towel or whatever you're using, block or bolster. Just set it right next to you. We'll be coming back forward. Take a full body stretch. Plant those heels down into the earth and press them away, and take the back of the hands, slide them on the floor, and just take those fingers as far as you can and just feel the length in your body. And then slowly we'll drag those heels in towards the glutes, lift those knees, drag it in, take a hug, take a rock, let the tailbone come up, a little bit of a stretch for that low back. And then plant the feet like you're coming into a bridge pose. Arms beside the body, palms down. You can even hold on to your mat just for a little leverage if you feel like you might need it. Okay. Bring your legs to tabletop. Now here, we want to concentrate on that arch in the spine being supported on the mat. So your knees are right over the hip points. Feet are flexed. And we're just going to drop a heel one at a time. Now for me, my finger pads are right inside my hip bones. And the only reason is I like to feel what's working. So now we're going into the low, low belly. One heel at a time. Make sure you engage that core so that your low back is not taking this. The mat should be supporting your low back. And if it's not, just don't come down as far. Keep it up like you're riding a bike. Let's do one more each side. Draw the knees back in. Take a moment. Round the spine. Lift the tailbone. Into the feet. Extend both legs towards the ceiling. You don't have to come straight. Flex through the feet. Spread the toes. So let's get some activity there. Some blood flow into the feet. Good. Arms in any position. If you want a cactus, you're going to open up your chest more. If you want them overhead, you're going to open up the side body more. So you pick what you want here. And then one at a time, one heel comes down and slowly up and the other. And we move slow. And why? So that we can figure out where in our body it takes to make this movement. I mean, is it my quads or my hip? Is it my core? Am I arching through my spine? So I'm taking it in the low back. What's going on here? Make it feel good. You don't have to come down as far. Work through the hips. Engage the core to pull those legs against gravity. And last one. Both knees back into the chest. Nice big hug. Maybe a nice rock. Maybe stillness, lifting again the tailbone from the mat. And just enjoying a stretch in the back. And release. And now both legs to the ceiling. So they become one leg. So we join at the big toe and the heels and maybe the knees. Again, that slight tuck. Draw in your belly. Feel your low back totally supported here. I only come down a third of the way. I just don't have the ab strength to do the 100%. So, but nothing bad on me. You do you. So flex the feet, both legs. One. Draw them down any amount. And pull up. And then again. Inhale, inhale as you lengthen the body any amount. And exhale as you pull it up. 5 more. Last one. Take a fold in the knees and draw them back into the chest. So the sternum and the low, low abdomen. Let's work into the obliques here, the side body. So plant your feet down, reach around, see if you can find your block. Bring it right between, so mine's on my long ways, from my knees into my inner thighs. Long ways, narrow. Come back, level out your hips. Tilt that tailbone again. Total support from those hip points all the way to the shoulders, to the back of the head. Bring the legs to table. Again, your choice on your arms. Cactus for that total opening, or arms to a T, or overhead for length. Find what works. Squeeze that block and let's take it over to the right. Just let it kind of fall over. We're not going all the way. Squeeze and bring it back up. Roll, level the hip bones and take it to the opposite side. So we're just going to roll with this, maybe 3 or 4 times. Keep squeezing the block. And even though the focus is on the obliques, all those muscles along the side body, the ribs, enjoy a little massage at the same time. We'll meet at center as you complete that. Back at center, feel the spine, engage, gather in the belly. And really feel the support of the spine all the way up and down. Gonna hold and hover here. So again, just check the knees are over the hip points. Then squeeze that block. Let's roll it to the right. Hold whatever you can sustain. So the shoulder, the belly button up. There's no waste of energy. You are relaxed. Engage what you have to engage to squeeze that block, to hold and hover. And maybe rotating the head to the opposite side if it feels good. We're here for 3 full breaths. Next big inhale. Engage the core. Bring the knees back to center. Feel the hips level. Just pause. Change your block for this kind of part here. Again, knees over the hips. It's like pelvic tilt. The whole low back is supported. Find your arm position. Take it left. Squeeze the block. Come down and hover. Keep squeezing. Notice the obliques on the right side. At the same time, the softness in the shoulders, release the jaw, everything relaxed. Squeeze the block and breathe. One more. When you're ready, take the next inhale, draw, squeeze that block, bring it back up to that neutral. Level the hips, feel the spine, take the block, squeeze the knees in. And I'm sorry, oh darn, it's 8:06 and we don't have time. We don't have time for pass the block or eagle crunch. But we do have time to finish in a strong plank pose. So take your rock. Again, I like to round down onto my tailbone and around. And switch it out. And then wherever you are, we're just going to roll onto the side body. Come to your table. Couple cat cows just to release the spine and feel what you feel. Palms wide. As the belly drops, that tailbone and heart lift. Gaze towards that top of the mat. Maybe a sway would feel good. And then exhale, tailbone rounds in, shoulders round in, chin rounds in. And again, make some movement. It feels good. Inhale, drops the belly. Exhale, scoops the belly, tucks the chin. And then bring yourself down onto the forearms, forming the number 11. One leg goes back and then the other. And tuck the toes and just kind of wiggle out the legs and a little sway into the hips so that you get yourself comfortable. And then walk those feet back in. I have a little broken toe, so I'm not going to be able to do this as well. But tuck your toes under. I'm going to clasp my hands right in the middle of my mat. Just, I feel like I have more power there. So I'm going to press my fist into the mat, my forearms. I'm going to lift my hips and come to forearm plank. The gaze is straight down. So let's set it up. The heels go back. The chest comes forward. The belly engages. You feel the support, your whole body holding you up here. And you know what? You don't hold your breath. You have to deep breathe here. Breathe in. Yeah, it's hard. Breathe out. I can do it. Breathe in. I feel the wobbles. Breathe out. That's your stabilizer muscles. Breathe in. Can I just drop my knees? No, you only have one more breath. Breathe in and out. Knees come down. Toes untuck. Find your Sphinx pose. Again, shoulders over the elbows. Shoulders under the elbows. Press the palms in. Drag them towards you so that you can lift your breastbone. A very passive back bend here. Just release. You can sway this from the belly button to the sternum. But also just a gentle release for all the muscles along the spine. Slowing it down. One palm at center, rested by the other. Forehead comes to the pillow of the hands. Elbows are wide. Any position here with your legs that are comfortable. Maybe a shimmy of those hips. If you feel particularly tight, bend the knees and just do a windshield wiper here back and forth. And then whatever movement, begin to just settle it down. Coming into your real yoga practice right now. Mind and body and spirit. Settle it down to your mat, the earth, to your breath. Namaste.